He could be the next Conor McGregor star.
He's a good kid, Paddy. The Scousers, you gotta love the Scousers. You know, my father was born in Liverpool. One side of my family is from there. So I got a lot of love for that part of the world. And who knows, you know? I will never say no to nothing.
Joe Rogan recently weighed in on the harsh aftermath of Paddy Pimblett's clash with Justin Gaethje, and his reaction set off widespread discussion throughout the MMA community. In the days following UFC 324, images began circulating online that caught fans off guard. These weren't clips from the fight or dramatic replays, but candid moments from everyday life. Paddy's wife shared photos of the couple spending time together, smiling and trying to return to some sense of normalcy. Still, despite the upbeat setting, the damage was impossible to miss. Paddy's face told a far more painful story than the smile suggested.
I didn't know Paddy Pimblett had a chin like that till tonight. Yeah, absolute dogfight in a war, and much respect to both guys. We sent Paddy Pimblett straight to the hospital, and then we're going to send Gaethje too. And Gaethje's like, believe me, I've been in plenty of wars. I'm good.
Not gonna lie, he hit me with a body shot in that first round. He hit me right in the solar plexus, and it got me, you know what I mean? That was why I thought I was winning the first round up to that point. I'll be back better. It's as simple as that. You haven't seen the last of me.
Listen, given how popular Ilya's become, how big do you think that fight could be between you two?
I mean, if I had any bit of a personality, it'd be huge. But I just can't. I can't lie. I can't exaggerate. You know, it's what I do. It's who I am. It's who my parents taught me to be. But I mean, there's no doubt it'll be the best, one of the best fights that they could definitely put on. It'll be for an undisputed belt, and I think they want to have 6 or 7, whatever. They want to have as many as possible. So if he's not back by then, they will strip him, and I will be undisputed, and then I'll fight for the belt on there and defend it.
Nearly a week later, the signs were still impossible to ignore. Heavy swelling, deep bruises, a jaw that looked misshapen. This wasn't the aftermath of someone who was simply outmatched. This was the toll of a fighter who went through a war. Joe Rogan didn't dwell on the defeat itself. Instead, he pointed to the price that was paid. The kind of damage that only comes from an all-out Gaethje fight. Swelling that lingers, injuries that don't disappear with a few days of rest, and the kind of punishment that makes any fighter reflect on how long they can keep doing this. Justin Gaethje doesn't just win fights, he dismantles opponents over time. Paddy took relentless punishment, elbows, hooks, uppercuts, one after another. And even as the fight slipped beyond reach, he never backed off. No shortcuts, no surrender, just standing toe-to-toe with one of the most dangerous competitors the UFC has ever seen.
Gaethje hurts him bad, has the big moment of the round, but Pimblett gets right back to picking him apart after that. So Pimblett is up in the round bar the knockdown, but he loses the first round 10-9. Round 2, maybe you can't score it 10-8, but it was so close to a finish, I think you have to give out 10-8s for those types of things. There was 2 knockdowns for Gaethje in this fight, but still a competitive round. Round 3, you see Pimblett start to really run away with the numbers towards the end of it. Both guys were scrapping it in the early part of the round. I think Gaethje groin shot him in the clinch, and that never got called either. So Gaethje ended up beating him up in the clinch at one point early. But then Pimblett starts landing non-stop. This was one of the big moments in the third round where I thought it's all going to change. We're leading towards a Pimblett sweep in the last 3 rounds. And if Gaethje didn't get a 10-8, this is going to be a Pimblett finish or a win based on the last 3. And Pimblett starts landing everything he throws. Towards the end of round 3, jab, body kick, low kick, and Gaethje's starting to shake around a bit, lose his balance a bit, and feel the damage of the shots. Low kicks were adding up for Pimblett. Body kicks were adding up as well. I don't know what the stats are for body shots and low kicks. Yeah, Pimblett was all over. 53, 30, 16. Mixed it up to the body a lot more than Gaethje did for sure. And he starts teeing off on Gaethje towards the end of round 3. Then he jump knees Gaethje and hits him in the groin. Momentum ceases, but he has a good end of the third round after that anyway. Then round 4. He starts doing well, but Gaethje starts finding his timing. They start jabbing a lot, and Gaethje started jabbing with him, and once he had his jab down, he started winging the right overhands. Again, no idea how he didn't get the KO. No idea how he didn't chin Pimblett. There were times when he would land 3 overhand rights in a row. Bear in mind, This is a Gaethje who lands the overhand right on Barboza. Maybe not the same version, but if he lands this on other fighters, they are going out.
But after the show, we were just talking and he looked me dead in the eye and he goes, I'm going to be one of the biggest stars in the UFC. A year before his debut. And I just thought, yeah, maybe. I thought, looking at his skill set, I thought, you know what? You've got a long way to go to get to that elite level, but there's something about him. But I don't know if I fully believed it, but he did. And it's that belief that puts you into positions like this, because yes, he lost the fight, but there was a period where when Paddy had that iffy decision, people thought he didn't belong anywhere near a Justin Gaethje, and he's come on a long way. And I think he can look at this fight one of two ways. He can get downhearted and think, well, I didn't win, or you can think, well, it was my first go at it. I've got a lot to learn. Look at the likes of Michael Bisping. You've got to keep fucking coming and coming in order to get your hands on that gold at some point. And that was the first time Justin Gaethje's gotten 5 full rounds. And I think Paddy proved a lot to a lot of haters out there that, like, look, all right, you might not like him, whatever. He's got fucking balls and he's willing to fight to the bitter end.
Do you have a message for Ilia Topuria if he's watching this?
No. No, I don't give a
He'll be in the Octagon.
I control my thoughts. I control my emotions. I won't give him the time of day. I'll, rely on my coach to watch him a lot. I've seen him fight, obviously, but I don't really go back and watch these guys. I really rely on my coach. I watched Paddy today. I watched Paddy and Chandler today. But I really rely on my coach to create a game plan and instill it into training. And yeah, this is so fast. I have no idea what's going on right now.
If you can pick your opponent, who do you want to see next?
We don't have more legends in the sport, I think.
I would classify Justin Gaethje as a legend, and you have moved up to a division.
Por favor.
Ilia, come on, we've worked together for so long. You know that, like, yes, Justin Gaethje has done so much for the sport, has so many incredible fights, future Hall of Famer. I put him in the same regard as the 3 people that you have just finished all in a row.
Really? The only thing that I realized is that you don't like the guy, because I don't know why you want him to put him against me.
That's why those images landed with such impact. They didn't reveal anything new. They confirmed what many already believed. This wasn't just a rough outing. It was the kind of fight that can alter a career's direction. Now the discussion has moved forward to what comes next for Paddy Pimblett. The excitement around him hasn't disappeared, but it's no longer unchecked. Toughness alone won't carry him at the highest level. Against elite opponents like Gaethje, durability can only take you so far. To keep climbing, he'll need sharper strategy, a stronger commitment to grappling, and a more measured approach instead of relying on bravado in exchanges.
What's the next fight for Paddy the Baddy? The obvious answer, regardless of the result at UFC 325 next week in Sydney, is Dan Hooker. But there are other options. When you put in a performance like he did against Justin Gaethje at UFC 324, you enter a whole new bracket of conversation. A bracket labelled BMF. Paddy versus either Max or Charles after UFC 326? Deal me in. I'm speculating, but one thing is absolutely certain. Even in defeat, Paddy Pimblett's stock in the UFC has risen.
He hits hard, Gaethje, you can see already. Paddy's clipping him a bit there though. Good knee up the middle. Oh, Gaethje's dropped him. Go on, Paddy, get moving. You got Paddy's back on the fence. Once he gets there, obviously there's nowhere for Paddy really to go. So that's when he can start to go in that medium kind of range, throw the uppercuts and the right hands over the top. And he's so powerful from there. You can see the power difference straight away. Paddy's got a great idea throwing that uppercut up the middle. Gaethje just takes him though. Oh, good shot from Gaethje there though. Jesus. I'd like to see Paddy in this round keep the centre a little bit more, because what Gaethje's trying to do is push him back, not really throw, and then when Paddy's got nowhere to go, when his back's on the fence, that's when Gaethje really starts to unload, which is where he's dangerous. Gaethje's just walking down though. He's got a bit of a cut. Oh man. Paddy's looking comfortable here though. Start of the third. He's on the low kick and the jab this round, which is great to see. Great round for Paddy. 2-1. Let's see if he does the same in the fourth. Hopefully he will. Oh, he's catching him a bit now. He's so strong, Gaethje, it's ridiculous. It just looks painful fighting Justin Gaethje. Oh, that overhand right that he does is good. Paddy's seriously tough. These two are going to have a headache for about 5 days. Paddy's having a go, but he's missed a lot of them. Gaethje's got him down. Great fight though. Paddy's tough as hell. That overhand right, you can't miss with it, Gaethje, can he? Knee's a perfect option against him because he keeps dipping his head. Come on, Paddy. Oh, he's doing spinning stuff. Need him in the balls. Keep going. What a crazy fight. Well done, boys. That was good. I think Gaethje won it, but I think Paddy did amazing. Justin Gaethje is an absolute beast. No shame in that at all. Paddy's fought at the top level there, the absolute top of the top level. Did absolutely amazing. Should be proud of himself.
Fuck do you want, really? How many fights do we sit through, whether it be boxing or MMA, where you've got two fighters in there who are, yes, they're fighters, but they're not fighters to the level that some people are. There's some fighters who were willing to die to win a world title. That's what we were talking about in there tonight. They were risking it all. They never took a step backwards. They were constantly trying to brutalize each other. That was a throwback to the days when I first started watching MMA. Those are the fights that built the UFC. We're talking Randy Couture, Chuck Liddell, BJ Penn. We're talking a level of violence that blew a demographic of men away, where we were like, holy shit, we need to start watching fucking this cage fighting shit. This was a throwback to those classic old MMA fights. Yes, it might not have been the best technical fight you've ever seen. Who gives a shit? Sean O'Malley's fight, the fight beforehand, very technical. Will anybody remember it? Will they fuck? No disrespect to Sean, he's a fucking talented fighter. But when it's do or die like that, it just fucking, it lives in the memory. And that's a fight of the year contender. We're in January.
Okay, now I remember when Paddy first arrived in the UFC, you were saying stuff like, well, his entrance is good and it's all well and good to get the fans, but he needs to be able to fight. Obviously, we've seen him have great wins before, but to show you the durability he had in that fight tonight, do you feel like even though he lost, he would be considered one of the best in that division moving forward?
No doubt about it. I mean, he was the favorite tonight. I think that's what every other one, he's the underdog and everybody thinks he's going to lose. Tonight he's the favorite. I don't think that his game plan was the greatest. Obviously, tonight he showed he is tough, he is durable, and almost I mean, especially against Gaethje. And you're eating those punches from him. You know, it's one thing to say, listen, I'm going to come out. I believe in my durability. I believe in my chin, and I'm going to go toe-to-toe with this guy. But when it starts to not work, at some point you got to say, you know what? It's the third round. I got 2 rounds left. I might want to try to take him down and submit him here.
Joe Rogan has said it for years. No one goes to battle with Justin Gaethje and walks away unchanged. That's where this situation becomes compelling, because Paddy still has plenty of paths forward. He's young, highly marketable, and remains one of the UFC's most recognizable personalities. But the comeback can't be reckless. It has to be deliberate. That means avoiding immediate wars, resisting quick turnarounds, and staying away from chaos for the sake of excitement. This defeat didn't close the door on Paddy Pimblett's career. It forced him to hit reset. And when fans see those photos now, the reaction isn't mockery. It's respect. Anyone who can absorb that level of damage, carry it for days, and still show up smiling has earned their spot in the discussion. The real question isn't whether Paddy can compete. It's how he returns, and whether he grows from the most brutal night he's faced inside the cage.